what I saw in that second half was I'm gonna be real, yo. Repulsive, disgusting, abhorrent, just vile, repugnant, offensive, reprehensible. Like, it's just insufferable, unspeakable, unthinkable, inconceivably bad. But a win's a win. Listen, I don't know what you want me to say, bro. It's ugly as hell, man. I just want to get my 3 points and go, bro. Damn. But it's nasty, but we got it, though. What's goody, everybody? It's full-time trip. We are back in the building. Arsenal 1, Shakhtar Donetsk 0 in the Champions League. We got 3 points. We got guaranteed a spot in the Champions League knockout playoff or whatever the hell it is at minimum. And we are rolling on with 3 points in the Champions League, this new format. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Glad we are back. Sorry I was out during the Bournemouth game and I did not post a video for that. I was at a wedding, and honestly, after that loss, I had to get a little bit of help, you know what I'm saying, some libations to take care of me, and I was all good and enjoyed the festivities rather than all that. But there wasn't much to report on that game, red card, all that other stuff. But let's talk about today. Let's talk about this game right here. A much needed 3 points. The performance to match wasn't there, and it's a lot to, you know, break down, digest, talk about. Honestly, the performance just wasn't there, especially the second half. And before we get into the game and the players who played in the game, I want to talk about the players who weren't here today and that impact. Again, no Odegaard, no Saka, and you see what's happening in terms of the creative output, as well as people who didn't feature in the game, as well, like Ethan Winery. I'd say am I missing anybody? No, literally just those three. Honestly, the people with the most ball carrying potential in our team are not on the pitch today, and you could kind of see how, you know, the game isn't necessarily as easily broken down. You know, don't get me wrong, we are still creating chances even without these certain players. There are still chances to be created that just didn't have the final touch on them. I'm not mad about that. I'm just mad that we don't have all the tools at our disposal to help get us through games. It's easier, but despite that, this is a trying period where we need to be creative and find these solutions consistently without the presence of our best players. It's a tough task, it's a tall task, and I wish we could not have it at all and just have everybody available, but this is kind of the plot that we're in, so we kind of have to get through it. You know, again, today was definitely a tougher day finding those, again, attacking final touches. But I will say there were things that were working, specifically in the first half. The second half I'll get to in a second, because that was disgusting. The first half, I think there were definitely great solutions. Again, the half space crossing being consistent now. Again, just a cross from the left hand side, just beautiful looks. They're trying to find different ways in over the top with balls in and with aerial balls into the box. That was wonderful. There was still a lot of great openings on the left and right hand side. I thought there was some beautiful link up play inside the box to open some things up. And again, just the final touches weren't there, but I saw things. I saw these little buildups. They weren't the most, again, immaculate man for man, you know, player breaking, moves that we know and have seen from, again, powerful players like Saka in our team. But however, there was enough for me to see against a Shakhtar team who is they're not great. They're not that great. Again, attacking wise, they haven't been the force that maybe we may have seen them in the past, or at all, or comparatively to what we've been facing in previous weeks. And again, defensively, they're just there. They set up pretty well. I can give them that, but we were still finding ways around them and through them and cutting, you know, into the box. It's just that final touch that was missing. It was just not there for the most part today. I think it was about 13 shots, about 5 on target. Just wasn't hitting for us all the way. But I did think we grew into the first half. I did think we controlled a lot of things, and we found most of the solution there. Again, just the final touch and ruthlessness, being able to find the calmness of mind to finish these chances off, find ourselves in a comfortable position, and then cruise from there and control the game and manage the game. That's where my head's at. And so going in, I think it was Martinelli at the 30th minute. There was a good chance that came off of his foot. outside the box or just outside the box, and it came off the back of the goalkeeper, went in as an own goal. But hey, listen, we take those every day, bruh. We take those every day. But let's get to this second half, man. That's disgusting. Oh my gosh. Okay, the second half, as it went along, well, first and foremost, we had some unfortunate potential injuries, potential, yellow card, watching and stuff like that. Ben White came off at the half. Some people said he was limping off. I don't know if that's true or not. Hopefully it's nothing major. Hopefully it was just yellow card precaution. Let's keep it there. Calafiori on the other side kind of slipped and split his legs, and I think he tweaked his knee a little bit. Said he could carry on, but he went down, walked off under his own power, but subbed off. And then we had two different people throughout the second half. But generally across the second half, there was just a quick de-escalation of control, and it's tough. I know we have a solid defensive base. I absolutely rate that. I think we need that to do anything that we want to achieve in terms of the majors in our respective leagues and competitions that we're in. But understanding that it's a team like Shakhtar, and understanding that we are a team that can exert control, the fact that we couldn't string together more than like 5 passes in a row in certain regards, and we're losing the ball constantly and on the back foot, it was not good. It was not good. There was a lot of pressure being invited on, and while I understand our defensive base is sturdy, I can only look at so much before I'm like, okay, I can understand why having Declan Rice higher up the pitch, not only for attacking situations, but also maybe to win the ball back higher and help add some zip to the press. Maybe that's a reason why he's not always sitting natively in the 6, because some people did point out today, and I'm tending to agree, when you put Rice in the 6 against opposition, let's call it a buck, lesser opposition today, you know what I'm saying? If you put him in the 6 against lesser opposition, maybe the tendency for our team to fold back on itself and not be as aggressive, maybe not be as expansive when it comes to the ball and keeping and zipping it around, being even comfortable losing the ball in certain situations, and we're falling back into our defensive shape, that might invite more pressure. And on a different day with different quality players, opposition might get to us, and I don't want us to be in that situation. So as much as people do call for Rice in the 6, and sometimes I do myself, checking back on that today and being like, yo, him being somebody with the technical quality that he has to affect the game offensively, which I know he can, and us being in such and potentially set up in such a way where we can win the ball up high or subvert and stop attacks and counter attacks from happening at their first point of passing in whatever their defensive third, our final third, whatever you want to call it. Him being in those positions higher and pinned up on the side of the pitch, that might be an advantageous place to be. So just looking at that and just how we kind of folded in on ourselves on the game, I didn't enjoy it. And then just shots were flying. Oh, more people were. Oh my gosh, it's tiring my soul. It's tiring my soul seeing that second half. It's disgusting. But more people being called into action, more defensive shifts and such, it wasn't great. And to speak on some players specifically, just to be a bit critical, and again, I'm not going to do this often, I'm not going to shame or slate people, but I do want to be critical of the performances that were there today. Before the injury, even that, I didn't think Calafiori had the greatest game. I didn't think he had the greatest game in the world. I don't think he had a bad game. I don't think he had the greatest game in the world. Just kind of middling there. The rotations were good. It was there, but that's pretty much neither here nor there. Gabriel Jesus, I think he had a decent game, but again, I'm being critical of the final action. I think he just needs to calm down in front of the goal, man. He just needs to calm down. He's actually doing things, and he had the beating of their left back their left back today. But it's that final action was a little bit too hasty, a little bit too jittery and jumpy, and I just didn't think much was going to come from him being in that frame of mind. He's got to calm down. Once that first goal breaks, I think he's going to be in a different frame of mind, and he can contribute. But in terms of being a fixture in this team, I don't think we can play him centrally anymore. I think he has to be help on that right wing. He has to be supports on that right wing. If Saka's not playing, or if there's a switching system or something, he has to be on that right hand side. That's just what I think. Let me see. I don't think Ben White was particularly fantastic today. I did run into some trouble with the winger. I forget my man's name. I think it's Eguinaldo. Thank you. I was about to say thank you, Google. Eguinaldo. Yeah, he definitely was giving a bit of trouble on the runs. Yeah, I mean, everybody else didn't really have too much to speak of. Leandro Trossard in deeper areas and a heavier touch that I've seen so much. I don't enjoy that. I don't. I know what he can bring. I know the finishing quality he has. I know the tidy touches he provides. But when we're in deeper areas like that, it's just sometimes he's ineffective, and sometimes there's a lot of scary moments that, you know, he is a part of. Honestly, there was a second major Gabriel block in the game. I remember it came off of like Trossard trying to be like I guess cheeky or whatever, and flick it off of the back of him as he was going away from the ball, and that lined it up right for another player, so a Shakhtar player, and Gabriel had to get involved for the block. So it's just scary moments, and I don't think he was as effective in this game and in central areas as, you know, as people may think. Interesting, but and again, missed penalty today too. You know, you chalk up whatever you want to chalk up, but Anne Hathaway crying today, son. Anne Hathaway is definitely crying today. But you know, we'll see about that one. Everybody else I think was solid. The standouts today, I thought Kai's link up play specifically was very, very good. Him dismantling pressure towards the end of the game was fantastic as well. I think we needed those for some key moments. Him winning free kicks, and again, him just handling high kicks and goal kicks and stuff, and bringing them down, or clearances in general and bringing them down, and finding, you know, it kind of release valves for us in the clutch moments. And in the beginning of the game, towards the start, where again he was feeding Jesus, he was feeding Trossard and stuff, being a linchpin in the box for these quick link ups and such, and he was doing very well. Honestly, I think he had a good game. I think he should have probably took that penalty, but you know, it's not a hit nor. That's not a hit nor there. Not a hit nor there. It's not my fault. But yeah, there was that. I thought Thomas Partey was very good today. Again, the right back stint, it's whatever. I'm chalking that up to everything. But the first half, I thought that was probably one of his best performances. Again, on the pitch, he had zip today. He had control. He had just poise about him. Wasn't really giving away any loose pass. I think I saw maybe one that didn't really amount to anything because there was no setup or active situation going on. But outside of that, he was sharp. He was on it. He was defensively just rugged, getting into it. He was making recovery sprints. Didn't seem fatigued. Didn't seem out of it. It looks like match fitness is there. It looks like the quality is there, and we're gonna need that going into, you know, crucial parts of this next run. November is gonna be crucial, so him being there at this point in the time is really important. I thought the Marino cameo was good as well, just quelling a lot of pressure in the second half when there was times were getting rough. Him key clearances, just communication wise, I think he folded into that second half as best he could and provided a lot of, again, just pressure release and calm when we needed it. The calm. Ryan, when called upon, I thought he was good. He did his thing. Gabriel, I think key clearances, being a bit on the ball, having a bit more control of it in certain areas, and just being that defensive stalwart that he is. I thought he did very well today, but my man of the match is got to be Gabriel Martinelli, man. Gabriel Martinelli, in a time where we need him the most. Martinelli Hive, we need to send out energy, bruh. This weekend is serious. If there is no Saka, it's him and Havertz. Him and Havertz are really the only people that can offensively put something there for us on the plates, bro. In my opinion, if we're starting Trossard, then I double agree. But if Trossard's on the bench, then maybe them three. But you know what I'm saying. Today, Martinelli was absolutely on one, man. I think defensively, again, always puts in the shifts. Second half, he was one of the standout people, running his socks off to try and stop attacks and get on the left-hand side and make sure players didn't advance too much and covered his position. Helped his fullback. Did what he needed to do. Helped Lewis Skelly in a lot of different situations. Defensively, second half, and offensively, the decisions, man, the impetus to say, hey, listen, you know what? Okay, cool. Maybe he got that instruction from Mikel. I'm gonna start getting these in-swingers in. I'm gonna start figuring this stuff out. He had the beating of Konoplia. I want to say Konoplienka because that was a dope, FIFA card, but whatever. He had the beating of his fullback, and he was going to town. Accurate crosses, very dangerous crosses, good feeds, just solid protection of the ball. His decision making, his mind was on it today. And again, I think UCL gave him the goal. They might amend it, but that goal was from his making, and we need to see more of that. We need to see that Martinelli play on Sunday. We need to see that back. That was the one part of the game. Again, I think everybody who was really watching knew that, listen, for you to be back to your best, that's got to be here, because the work rate was there. Him finding himself in good position going into the final third was there, but the decision making to execute the final pass, the final ball, needs to be there. And again, after the Bournemouth game, where a lot of criticism has come from him missing that chance and not going near post, this was, I think, a much needed game for him to get that confidence up, talking about that final ball and helping advance the team and move the team forward and get us goals and get us in situations where we can score and win. So definitely my man of the match today. Loved what I saw from him, and yeah, man, hopefully we have players back. We have not bad news on any of the injuries or substitution that happened today. Hope Calafiori's good. Hope Ben White's good, because the fullback situation is crazy at the moment. We might need Kieran Tierney to either lend his kneecaps or suit up, because it's looking ridiculous right now. But let me know in the comment section what you think of this game, what you thought of the game, the players, the performances, all that stuff, Mikel's plans. How did all that shake out to you? Let me know in the comment section below, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. We are at Liverpool at the weekend, man. Big game. I'm cautious. I'm very cautious, because I think in our current state, we can still obviously hurt Liverpool, but it's the offensive side of the game that we have to be ironclad. And it also does help, just saying, I mean, when the game is crap, but we still have 11 men on the pitch, we usually win. I'm just saying, when Arsenal have 11 men on the pitch in this vein of form, usually we still win. I'm just saying, it'd be nice to have 11 men on the pitch at all times. It'd be cool. It'd be nice. I'm just putting it out in the universe, man. That would be great. But yeah, we'll see what happens at the weekend. But for now, that's 3 points on the board. I'm just gonna take that one and run, and y'all should too. So enjoy the rest of y'all week. We'll be here on Sunday, man. It's full-time trip. We out of time, but I'll catch y'all later. COYG.